Good morning. Yes, 10:30. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life, and today I am getting ready for our fourth child's graduation party. So I've done this 3 times before. I've pretty much got it figured out how it all has to go. I can't believe I just said that, because just yesterday I was talking on the phone with our oldest daughter and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because I don't have any teen girls at home right now who are taking care of all of the decorations, because I do food. That is what I do. I do not decorate. I mean, look. There's some flowers. That is my decoration. I am not decorator mom. I think I said this before. I am baker mom. So food. I'm working on food. Dollar Tree came through with a whole lot of decorations. I couldn't believe that in August yet I was able to find graduation decorations at Dollar Tree. But they came through, and guess what? A whole bunch of it rang up at 50 cents. So that was fantastic. I have our third child. Amber is coming over tomorrow a little bit early, and she's going to cut watermelons, but she's also, she doesn't know this yet, but she's also going to be in charge of getting some of the decorations set up and just trying to make the shed look pretty or festive or party-like or congratulatory. Whatever it is, she's going to make that happen. So I am working on food. First thing is to make a whole lot of cupcakes. I have box mixes here, great value, 2 yellow. I have 2 devil's food. Yes, 2 devil's food. I'm going to make, here's a tip for you. When you're going to be making a whole lot of cupcakes, start with like whatever your light color batter is, because then when it's time to mix the chocolate, I don't have to wash out my bowl, because the yellow cake mix will just blend in with the chocolate and make absolutely no difference. But if I were to do the chocolate in here first and then try to just add in the yellow would get a funny little tinge from the chocolate cake mix. So start with your light colored ones and then go to the darker colored ones. All right, I have my eggs here, and I have my oil, and I have my water right over here in my faucet. So I'm going to be doing cheesy potatoes. Some people call these funeral potatoes. Like I say in here, if you do want to serve these at my funeral, I won't be sad about it. So cheesy potatoes it is. It's in cookbook number 2, volume 2. If you're new here to my channel, I have 2 cookbooks, and each one has 150 of our favorite family recipes in it. And you can get these at my website, country-life.com. With cheesy potatoes, I'm doing this ×4. That is going to have to go into my Nesco, like my big Nesco roaster. I don't have anywhere to store that and to keep it cold overnight. So the plan here, I'm just going to cut the onions up today, and then tomorrow morning I will be assembling everything else. It's really easy to assemble everything. I mean, it's just salt and the sour cream and melted butter and cream of chicken soup and shredded cheese. I already bought pre-shredded cheese, and I have the hash brown potatoes. There's no chopping potatoes for this. It's so easy. The only actual prep work is to chop onions and to melt butter. Melting butter can be done tomorrow, but I'll just get these onions cut up now, pop these in the fridge, and it'll be so easy to just get this going in the morning. And you might think that we're having a Christmas in July party here. Well, actually, I guess it's August. Christmas in August party. But I realized that what I thought was a huge stack of cupcake liners turned out to be a medium stack of everyday cupcake liners and another medium stack of Christmas cupcake liners. So Christmas cupcake liners it is. Happy graduation. So for this third batch here, I filled each of them with a little bit of yellow cake mix. I'm going to fill them with a little bit of chocolate for a marble. I've tried a number of different hacks when it comes to, you know, you can go onto Pinterest and type in something like how to make your box mix taste like a bakery cake. And honestly, I've tried all kinds of them where you're supposed to add a stick of butter rather than the oil. You're supposed to add an extra egg, all kinds of different things. And I found that it actually made them a little too dense. Not just dense, because I don't mind a dense cake, but actually kind of made them a little dry. So I just follow the recipe on whatever box I get. I follow their directions. The biggest thing, in my opinion, is just don't overbake them. The box here for this Great Value brand says 19 to 23 minutes. I have a very dark pan, but I bake for 15 minutes and that's it. And then I just let them rest in the pan for 2 minutes and then I remove them. And I think that is what gets you the best quality cupcake. And then on top of it, use a homemade frosting. I mean, you can use a store-bought frosting, put it in your KitchenAid and whip it for 5 minutes with the, you know, with like your wire whisk. And that does make a big difference with store-bought frosting, but I find just make a homemade frosting. And if you kind of like underbake according to the box and then use a homemade frosting, cupcakes are delicious, even straight from a box like this. I'm over halfway done with the cupcakes, running them through the oven. I'm going to get going on putting together, I don't even know what I'm doing, pretzel salad. So I'm going to get going on putting together the pretzel salad. And I really don't want to assemble it today, but I'm going to get all the pieces and parts ready. So first up, it's to crush a whole lot of pretzels. I'm going to triple the recipe, so that means I need like 9 cups of crushed pretzels. I also am going to grab all of the pineapple, get the pineapple drained. Well, should I do that? Because then I'm going to have to put it in another container, and then I'm going to have to get that dirty, but I can just drain the pineapple. Okay, I'm not going to drain the pineapple today, but I am going to slice up the strawberries. We'll get that I'll get the strawberries sliced because that always takes a little bit of time. I also am going to remember to grab the Cool Whip and move that from the freezer to the refrigerator. Now I have some melted butter. I'm going to make the crunchy pretzel part of the pretzel salad. So I have my melted butter here. I'm going to add in sugar. And it calls for a ½ cup for one recipe. So that's a 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm actually doing like scant ½ cups. And I've got too much stuff going on here. Not big enough.
So we don't have to be anywhere tonight?
No. I just popped those in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And then I can actually turn off my oven because I'll be done with all the baking kind of things that I'm doing for today. I still want to frost cupcakes, and I'm going to get back to slicing my strawberries. So in one of my last videos, I was working with a company called Cintas, and they make like different kitchen items that they sell on Amazon, one of which is this apron. And it is the perfect egg collecting apron. I just came out here and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs, and I had my apron on, this little apron on. I was like, hey, that's perfect for that. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Oh yeah, I can see what you're saying. It is kind of hard to walk on, huh? You end up getting like a lot of rocks in your shoes.
Should I pack it?
Yes.
Okay, I will then.
Yeah. So it isn't just kitchen stuff happening.
Nope.
Getting ready for the party. So we also, Warren was just working on the gravel out here outside of the shed.
Just getting it ready. It has to happen anyways, and the party kind of spurred it on.
Yeah. And if you have not had graduation parties yet, I would recommend doing what we did for the other graduation parties, and that is to actually just rent a shelter house type of a thing in a park. The $125 that costs, at least in our area, is well worth it because it already comes with bathrooms and tables and usually a counter and some sort of maybe a spigot outside, some electricity. It comes with everything. Not so much when you have it at home. So we ended up having to rent tables and rent chairs. Porta potty. Yep. Yeah,
but at least we have a shed to house it all.
Yep, that's true. So rain or shine, we do have that covered because the cost of those tents, it's crazy if you want to rent something like that.
Yep.
Well, good morning, everybody. We're back at it, getting ready for graduation party day, and we're just making a great big Nesco here full of cheesy potatoes. I've got helpers, Emily, and yeah, let me stand back a little. This is how things are looking. Sam and Peter are working on dishes right now. And shortly we will be out setting up tables and chairs. But this cheesy potato recipe, there's a lot of noise here, but this is just how we do things around here. Cheesy potatoes is in cookbook number 2, and it is on page 11. So we're doing it ×4. And the only thing we still have to add in is the melted butter and the hash browns. It smells so good. So I have not made it a habit to stock the liners for the big Nescos yet. And I wish I would, because this is just the time when you want one when you're doing cheesy potatoes. Does it look dirty? Does it look dirty? So Emily wiped the edge. So we stirred everything and then flattened it all out, but then she wiped the edge so that as this cooks throughout the day, at least we're not, you know, like, I don't want to say burning, but we're not cooking all of the creaminess to the side of the Nesco, because that's kind of a pain to have to wash. So now we have the cornflakes and butter, and she's just going to put those over the top and then kind of smooth them out so they get the whole edge. And then we're going to plug this in and let this cook away.
They're not chips, buddy.
They look like chips. Sometimes, like if you don't have cornflakes, if you don't have cornflakes with butter, potato chips works really well too. You know, then you just skip the butter. But potato chips works really well as a topping. You like cheesy potatoes, Joe?
Yeah.
You do like cheesy potatoes?
Yeah.
So yesterday I mentioned that one way to make a box mix, like cupcake or something, kind of take it up a notch, is to use homemade frosting. And that's what I like to do. So I'm getting the frosting going here. This is the birthday cake frosting from cookbook number 1. And it's kind of like one of those recipes that was passed from a friend to me, and I've just been using it for a long, long time. And so I whipped up, just hold tight for a sec. Just hold tight for a sec. So I whipped up the Crisco and the butter, and now I'm going to add in, well, I don't have my recipe here, but now I'm going to add in a little bit of salt, just like a couple sprinkles, and then a whole lot of powdered sugar. We're going to get that whipped up. Whipping and whipping and whipping and whipping is the key to a nice, like, fluffy frosting.
I think
That's literally like all the way up in the...
Mom hasn't decided where she wants it yet.
This is the first time that we're pulling out this badminton set that we bought. So we bought one at Walmart, ended up taking it back because it broke within like, what, 12 hours, Peter?
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally broke the next day. We set it up.
It said it was a one-person setup set. It was probably a four-person to make it easy.
With some arguing,
Yeah.
right?
But,
oh, so this must have other things.
So this is, it says it's a,
It
you
does
can
what?
use it for volleyball, soccer, pickleball, and badminton.
Soccer?
Yeah, you can like, yeah.
All right, so anyway, we're going to put this up. So hopefully this should be a simple one. We'll let you guys know.
Can you count me? The string was very long.
Okay, so we're just heading over to look at the
The string was
decorating.
super long, so we were gonna put it from there to there, but it didn't fit.
Oh, I like the way it looks. I thought it was kind of fun because it was all guys out here and it was all girls in the kitchen. And they came in and they're like, we need some female intervention.
And then I put that grad right there.
I like it.
And then look at
It looks so great and clean.
these are the cupcakes.
And we've got some pictures.
Each one.
Okay, we got lots of little pictures, but we are going to have to get some pictures of Sam actually in high school.
Yeah.
And we've got congrats over here.
It's already dusty.
Oh, it is already dusty, isn't it? That's kind of funny. Is there any way, would this be really hard to take apart just because I noticed that the N is backwards? Is this hard to take apart and
No one noticed.
you don't think anyone's going to care?
Yeah,
No.
people are gonna notice.
And people will notice, but
Okay, but no one's
do you think anyone's going to care?
I wouldn't change it.
I notice it all the time on marquees when the N's are backwards. And we have some more congrats. Yeah, do it again.
I think that was 14.
Nice. At some place, at some point, yes. So good morning. It's always a trick when, you know, I do try to film a little bit when we're having a gathering, but you know, things just get busy and you're just having fun. So today we are back at it, just cleaning things up. That is Aisley, yes it is. So we are just getting ready to break down the tables and do a little cleanup here. It was a great party. Just a ton of fun. It's always fun to look back at some pictures. This is when we went to one of the like preseason Packer games, all the way back when Sam and Peter were racing BMX. Oh, this is one of my favorites here when that was at like a homeschool back to school night type of a thing, and did laser tag Amber and Sam trying to look tough.